I got a package in the mail today, and this has the potential of perhaps becoming one of the best releases of the year, and of course, one of the most talked about fragrances of 2025. Of course, we're talking about the brand new, you saw the thumbnail, the brand new Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusif. Stick around, of course, the video's up next. Welcome back to another video. 𝗏𝗡𝗃 here. You already know, to make a long and lasting impression, smelling good is a great way to start. And start you will with this fragrance here, perhaps one of the best releases of the year. I'm gonna get it open. And of course, I am dying myself to try this when I haven't tried it. This is promising to be one of the best releases of the year so far. I think the time you're watching this video, it's probably hitting shelves at this point. This is an August release, an exclusive to MACY'S from what I understand. And again, I was able to secure myself a bottle to do this video. I wanted to be one of the first ones to talk about it. Number one, because I'm a huge fan of the Bleu de Chanel collection. And number two, because of course, I was dying to try this fragrance. And what better way to do it if not with you guys together here on camera. So looking at the presentation, of course, very similar to all the other ones. Now, the good thing about this one here is Chanel is not following suit with Dior and all the other companies in the sense that they're not releasing another elixir. Instead, they're creating their own trend, as Chanel likes to do. As a privately owned company, they have the cojones to do that, and they're doing that again. They're calling this L'Exclusif, as they have a L'Exclusif collection, as we know, with Coromandel, all those beautiful fragrances that we've come to love over the years. They actually released a Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusif. From what I understand, the new L'Exclusif is going to be available only in 100 ml, as you see here in this video, in the PARFUM concentration. And the box presentation here and bottle will follow suit to the PARFUM version that came before this one. The 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 had that blue and white kind of a motif. This one here will have the dark blue, the marine blue, with the gold, bronze, almost bronze, pewter kind of appointments. This is not cheap, guys. It retails for $275 plus tax. So we're talking about close to $300 USD. The bottle is going to be a little bulkier in comparison to the other ones. Still square looking, but a little thicker, a little bulkier. Looks like it's a small size, but it's still 100 ml, just a little thicker. Now, the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go for a test drive. I'm actually going to spray. And again, the bottle is going to be really nice, really chic, magnetic cap with the batch code etched in the glass here in the back, and all the information at the bottom of the bottle itself matching the box. I'm going to actually spray my hand and actually going to take it for a test drive on the tester strip. Okay, right off the bat, guys, it's going to be a Bleu de Chanel. There's no mistaking. This is a legitimate flanker. It's going to smell very similar and fitting within the family of Bleu de Chanel's. Quite nice, quite sweet, slightly smoky. I think there might be a note of myrrh here or some kind of incense, because I'm getting a little bit of a sharp, smoky-esque kind of essence. It is definitely sweet, not overly sweet, still very classy, very chic, very elegant, as you would expect with the whole line, but it's still following suit. It's very similar to this one. Definitely get a lot of green components here, definitely spicy. I'm getting the ginger note. The only difference here between this one and the Parfum that came before it is I think this one has a slightly sweeter kind of a nuance and slightly smokier kind of a feel that I did not get with the Parfum. So what we're gonna do here is what we do always. I'm gonna pause the video real quickly. By the way, there is a nice sweetness coming through, that it's going to be a sweetness that, I'll be honest with you, is very universally appealing, in a sense that I think both a guy and a woman would be able to wear this one with no problem. I think this is probably the most universally appealing Chanel. Of course, there's no gender in fragrance, but I'm just saying this one here, from everything I own from the line, I think is going to be the one that's going to be mostly shared from the whole collection up to this point, because I'm getting a slightly sweet, floral, and spicy nuance coming through. I don't want to say it reminds me of Baccarat Rouge 540, but it has that universal feel that I get with Baccarat Rouge 540. So let me pause the video for a few minutes. For me, of course, a few minutes. For you, a split second. I'm going to come back, tell you, it's quite concentrated, by the way, there's a sheen in my hand. I'm going to come back, as always, give you guys, if there's any transitions, any kind of developments, anything different that I'm getting here. But so far, definitely thumbs up. Stick around, I'm coming right back.
A few minutes later.
All right, a few minutes have passed, so let me tell you about some of the development I've gotten with this fragrance. The fragrance does develop, and it has this sweetness, fruitiness that is quite ambery, which is not a style of a Bleu de Chanel that I imagine up to this point. This is definitely a new flanker. It has some nuances that I did not experience with any other Bleu de Chanel. Of course, the original from 2010 is going to be this very transparent citrus blue kind of a fragrance, slightly marine, grapefruit note here, easy to wear, very captivating, anytime, anywhere. So this is the most wearable, the easiest one to wear. You can wear this anytime, anywhere, you're gonna smell incredible. Now, if you want something a little sweeter, you would go with the 𝗷𝗵𝗴𝗃, released, I believe, in 2014. And of course, the nose for the 𝗷𝗵𝗃 is also Jacques Polge, the perfumer, the master perfumer, the in-house perfumer at Chanel at that time. He created the 2010 and the 2014. The only really difference here is this is going to be a little bit more concentrated and a little sweeter in comparison to the original 2010 Bleu de Chanel. Now you pass forward to 2018, as I said before, we had the Parfum, which to me was a little bit more grown up, a little bit more sophisticated with the greener note, the cypress note, the incense note. It was amplified. The darker facets of Bleu de Chanel were amplified with this particular release. And the nose behind the Parfum from 2018 was actually Olivier Poge, which is Jacques Polge's son. And to be quite honest with you, when you look at the note breakdown and the facets that I talked about that are more amplified here, the darker facets, the woodier facets, the spicier notes are definitely heavier with this one. However, they also talked about a note of pineapple, which I really never got with this fragrance. You know, it is fruity like the other ones, but mostly that zesty lemon / grapefruit note is what I get. Not really a pineapple thing going on. I think they were just going for that note because it was very popular. But truth be told, there is also a lavender note here that you did not get with the original two, which also made this a bit more well-rounded for my taste and a little bit more mature, sophisticated, like I said before, and more grown up, if you will. Now, I pass forward to 2025. It's a very nice release. As I said before, you know, as this develops and transitions, the more I smell this one, the more I feel that this one is the most gender-free shared of the collection. I do get notes here that are more leaning masculine, you know, if you will, genre or profile, but it does have a really nice sweetness and almost floral aspect to the fragrance. Again, I don't have access to notes at this point. I'm recording this before the fragrance is released officially because I think it's going to drop mid-August to early September. So the time you're watching this video, it's probably going to be starting to populate at Chanel boutiques and of course exclusive to MACY'S, as I said in the beginning of the video. But overall, I get a very, it doesn't smell like Baccarat Rouge 540, guys, but it has a similar feel here to me that I can't quite pinpoint, but it smells very universally appealing and very shared, very gender-free, very androgynous, very unisex. It smells really nice, guys. The mint note here, the ginger is here, the incense note that you get, you know, from all the darker Chanels, especially the Parfum from a few years back, you do get that here. So it's a very sophisticated, very elegant, very nice scent. Does it really command $300? That's for you to decide. I mean, I think it does. That's why I picked it up. You know, I collect fragrances, as you know, and I've had all the Chanels up to this point. And again, the opening is going to be spectacular. If you smell this in a store, you're going to want to have this fragrance. And as you wear this on skin, it just grows on you. It has this really incredible woodiness and sweet facet to it that, again, that's what makes it very gender-free. It's slightly floral, sweet, quite nice, guys. This is an incredible fragrance, a really good one. Chanel did it again. I mean, Chanel always does it well. And I like the fact that they take their time before they do flankers because for the most part, they are actually pretty good. So I'm actually going to rock this today. It's going to be my scent of the day. It does smell freaking good, guys. I don't know anything about performance, but to be honest with you, this one here, from what I'm getting here, the kind of aura that it's giving me and how it's taking over the room, I think it's going to perform really well. I'm going to say 8 to 10 hours on average. If you spray your clothes, if you go heavier, it's going to be 10 plus. It smells really freaking good. It's got the blue facets. It's got the spicy fruitiness that you get with the original and all the different bleus. Slightly ozonic, it's slightly aquatic, and you do have a very nice green, lavender, herbal kind of a situation here, slightly smoky. I do believe there's a myrrh note here, an incense note. They're quite nice. And again, it's got a floral, slightly sweet feel, kind of different than I got with every other Bleu up to this point. This, I'm telling you right now, guys, the most sophisticated, the most shared from everything that's been in this line so far, and perhaps my favorite. I'm gonna full wearing today. I'll come back with more. And I'm thinking this fragrance will make some top lists for me this year because it smells really good, guys. So that's my take here, my first impression of Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusif from 2025. Parfum release from Chanel. I think they did it again. I think if you try this fragrance, you're gonna agree with me that this is actually a very good release for 2025. Again, if you have tried this fragrance, you know what to do. Drop it in the comments, let me know your thoughts. And of course, if you haven't already, show your support to the channel. I keep you in the know. Leave me a like, subscribe for more, hit that bell so you get your notice and you find out when I drop new releases just like this one. Guys, thank you so much for the support. Smell great. I will see you right here with another video very soon. Take care.